What's up, guys? Well, the last video we were in a nice spring world. You know, all the plants blooming and all that stuff. Well, it snowed. It's still kind of flurrying occasionally. But anyway, we're here at the first of the month checking the 944 again. Also, happy April Fools. There's not really any fooling to go along here unless the 944 is out of oil, which I'll cry. Anyway, let's go ahead and check her here. Ooh, I need some. I definitely need about a quart, maybe a little more. So the 944 is fooling me for April Fools. It's low on oil, so let's go grab some from the basement. Anyway, guys, while the 944 is taking some good old oil, today we are actually going to be heading back up to the shop where the Evo is. It's still not done yet. It's basically, he ran into a buttload more problems, so I have to actually bring him an idle air control valve, which I got from Advance. And honestly, it's snowing again. Little flurries everywhere. Anyway, from the idle air control valves that I've seen for Evo 8s and 9s, they're like anywhere from they're basically 400 bucks. Advance carries them by Intermotor for like $229, I think it was. So I definitely recommend, if you guys have an Evo 9, go to Advance, get you the Intermotor IAC. You also get 3-year warranty with that, and I feel like I'm selling it to you, and you can also add on the ACP plan for another 2 years protection after that 3 years. So I got a 5-year warranted IAC for an Evo for 230. Well, that warranty was like 30 bucks, so we'll say 250. So anyway, I got to take that up to the guy today. He said he took it on a test drive. It's running beautifully. The AFR is actually really good now. It's not running lean anymore. Fixed all the boost leaks. I'm probably actually making more power now, he said, obviously, because I'm not leaking boost everywhere. The throttle body's been rebuilt, all that stuff, all that good stuff is happening, and I can't wait to drive it again. He also said the speedometer stopped working, so we're gonna fix that too. Yeah, I think he ordered that a couple days ago. I think it already came in. It might be coming in today. But anyway, the Evo is doing good, other than the fact that it's still not starting, which is why I'm bringing him the IAC. Hopefully that's the problem. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the video. I don't know exactly if I'm going to record up there or on the way there. I don't know yet. We'll find out, I guess. I'm starving, though. The 944 is drinking some oil, but I guess I'll catch you guys in the next portion of the video, where hopefully it's not snowing anymore. All right, guys, welcome to an absolutely glorious, beautiful 70-degree day here in West Virginia. We got the 944 sitting over there, and we've also got the Evo back. It's back. I'm hyped. So, rundown of the whole situation. All right, the problem was it would not start, and it would not idle cold. When it was warm, it would idle. When it was warm, it still wouldn't start. So what the issue may have been, he changed the guy I had working on it, Grade A Garage. He was freaking awesome. Go follow him, do all that stuff. He's awesome. But anyway, he put on 3 things kind of all at the same time, and it fixed it. So it's either the IAC, the coolant temperature sensor, I believe that's what it was. He also regrounded the battery, because the way the last people had the battery grounded, it was grounded to a little thin piece of aluminum up here. So he grounded it to the actual shock tower, which is way better ground. And then yeah, the IAC and the coolant temperature. So one of those 3 things fixed it. But anyway, he did a bunch of other stuff while I was there, and I can't wait to show you guys. Well, first off, we're gonna look at the interior, because my little thing was done in the interior. And that is, I had the gauge, the boost gauge up on top, relocated from there to down here, and I also added in an oil pressure gauge. So these are now in row of importance, closest to me being the most important. We got AFR, oil pressure, and then boost. So this is super exciting. You can see AEM actually updated the design a little bit, whereas this is hollow. That's actually got the fill in on the logo, because that's a new gauge. But anyway, that's exciting. All of my gauges are down here. This actually uses the whole thing now. It doesn't just have 2 empty slots and let it bother me. And I can also see the full instrument cluster up here. Now, the only other thing is, on my way home, it seems like whenever I have someone else, like a mechanic, drive my car, one of the lights goes out and then comes back on, because when I had it inspected, my dash light right there, my instrument cluster light you guys saw actually turned off and it came back on. Well, now this light right in here that like illuminates the temperature and part of the fan speed and the defroster and I think part of the AC as well, that's also turned off. So we'll see if that comes back on. But anyway, I'm super excited about that. All the numbers are running good. AFR's running at idle 14 while driving. It's perfect too. Oil pressure's great. Boost is, well, let me get into boost. So the car actually had 5 boost leaks. Now, as you guys can tell by the 3 things that potentially fixed the Evo, those were very easy things to do and not stupidly expensive either. The temperature sensor, regrounding the battery in the IAC, I could have easily done that myself. However, it was still worth it because the amount of stuff that he found that was wrong, as you can see the engine bay is looking a little different now, was nuts. So it had 5 different boost leaks. He fixed all those. The throttle body actually had a big old leak in it, so he took that apart and rebuilt it for me. He also took off the catch cam because it was doing absolutely nothing and just causing a big old vacuum leak. Also, some person put the wrong intake on here. Now, I noticed this, but because I'm me and I don't know a ton about like cars, like the actual inner workings of them, this massive hole down here in the intake, that is for it's a port to recirculate to the blow-off valve, which my car does not do. So he modified it, put a plug in there and puts a looks like a rubber hose with some clamps to cover that up, because my car was essentially just sucking in a bunch of dirty, unfiltered air into the engine, which is not good. He also changed the air filter and spark plugs for me. But yeah, that's a wonderful time. The Evo is now, like, it's running great. I don't want to say it's running great. It's running good for now because I don't want to jinx anything else. But anyway, he also repaired some coolant lines on the throttle body, I believe. So I need to check coolant and stuff because he bled the system, but it might be low. Anyway, but yeah, the Evo is back and better than ever. Literally better than it has ever been in my life. It's never run right since I bought it, apparently, like as I can clearly see now. It actually idles and drives at normal AFR, not above 18. But I think, I forget if I mentioned this already or not. If I did, I'll cut it out. But anyway, I also had a cracked downpipe. So there's my new downpipe right there from, it's from STM. It's an STM open dump downpipe. So I'm big hype, big hype. Now, I also, from my friend John, Evo 8 McKenna right there on Instagram, he actually sold me his little vent cover here so I can keep rain and crap from getting on the engine. And I have a little cool idea I think I might want to try with that, since, you know, I like seeing it with it off, but with it on, I don't really like, I don't know, I don't think it'll look that great, but I want to see if I can make it look cool, or like do a cool little touch to it. I have it inside right now. I'm not going to put it on yet, I don't think. Well, I might. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see on a day that I have like more free time, because I do have to go to work again today like normal. Anyway, so some other things I'm gonna do to it since I got it back. I need to change the wipers. These things are starting to fall apart and not work very well. And I also want to get some LED reverse lights like I got on the 944, because these are dimmer than poo and those are brighter than the freaking sun, which is wonderful. But anyway, the Evo is back. It drives amazing. It feels incredible. It sounds way better. It's so much smoother. All the numbers are perfect now. So thank you so much. Thank you so much to Matt at Grade A Garage for getting me the Evo back at 100%. It's awesome. I'm hyped. So yeah, guys, if you have an Evo and you're not sure what to do about it, or like how to fix it or whatever, take it to him. He's great. He's freaking awesome. Anyway, I guess the next part of it's the drive. I'm also gonna start something here. So instead of posting all my videos just on YouTube, I'm going to also see if I can post them on Instagram, on Instagram TV videos. I'm also going to try to do it on Facebook as well, so that people can watch my videos not just on YouTube. They can watch them anywhere now. I'm also going to start up my TikTok, so you guys follow me there on TikTok and Instagram. And I haven't made a public Facebook account yet, but when I do, I'll let you guys know. If and when I do. I'm not that big on Facebook, to be fair, but if and when I do, I'll let you guys know. So go ahead and follow me, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, and we're gonna do some cool stuff coming up here. I don't know a ton about TikTok, so we'll see how that all goes out. I don't know if you need to have like a consistent upload schedule. Like I know with YouTube, I heard a bunch about you need to have a like legitimate upload schedule. Otherwise your videos just won't go anywhere, which is why I try to upload every Saturday. 9 times out of 10 it doesn't work, and it more or less stresses me out. So I'm going to see if that's still the case. But yeah, I don't know if you need a consistent upload schedule or not. So we're gonna see how it all works here. Basically, I'm just gonna do some trial and error with social media just to try to, you know, build myself up a little bit more. Anyway, Evo's back. 944 has been great daily for now, but the Evo's perking. It's so exciting. It's so exciting. I think the engine bay looks way better with that new filter and without the catch can on there. But anyway, I will see you guys in the next portion of the video where we take that for a nice drive. Since I'm going all out on social media now, let's just drive to work. I'll show you guys the drive to work. Super exciting stuff. Listen to this. Cold start, 2005 Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 8. Yes, all the gauges. It starts and idles. Ugh. It's so exciting. AFR is at 14. You guys can't really see because it's flashing. 13. Ah, it's gonna start dropping and then it'll go back up. There we go. 14.2. Eurobeat time. Because JDM and initial D. 70 psi for the oil pressure. Then we got 18, negative 18 in hooks. 18 in hooks on the boost gauge. This is hype. I think it's faster. With all the boost leaks and everything solved, I think it's faster because that was like a little over half throttle and it felt decently quick. Well, it felt a little faster than it used to. I don't know yet, I still haven't opened it up all the way. But yeah, the car is running absolutely amazingly for now, so don't jinx it. Love it. Absolutely love this car. So good, and it feels so good for the Evo to be back. Well, the guys in the truck love the Evo. Oh, that's great. That's always the best feeling ever when someone like gets really happy over your car. The best feeling ever, I promise. All right, well guys, I also found a little bag of goodies in the car I forgot he put in there. It's everything that kind of, not everything, but most of the stuff that actually came out of my car that he had to replace, other than I think the downpipe's the only thing that he didn't put in this bag here. I told him to get rid of the downpipe because, I mean, it's got a big old hole in it, so there's no need for me to have it. Anyway, this is the old speed sensor here. You can see where that clip actually snapped off. That's why the speedometer, I don't know if you guys noticed in any of my videos, the speedometer would actually jump up like very high, like to 140 miles an hour when I was going like 70 or whatever, when I was actually like accelerating hard, which was very odd. And apparently when he was driving it actually completely stopped working. So he replaced that for me. Actually found a guy that made them. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Anyway, there's a couple of other things in here. I believe these are the coolant lines that go from the throttle body. I don't know, but yeah, you can see they have like a little pinhole and like a crack and stuff in them, but he shortened those up, saved me some money. There's another one in here somewhere, I think. Here's the spark plugs. yeah, so he gave me this. I know what plugs to use and what gap to have them at the next time I swap them out. And then here is the IAC, which is actually down in here, right here. This is my old IAC that was actually shot. It's just stuck closed, I believe, is what he said happened to it. But yeah, that's the part that, you know, Advance has now that I replaced with it. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, this can be that's like a $400 from STM tuned and $200 and something from Advance part. Anyway, oh, here's that other coolant line, I believe. Yeah, it's definitely coolant line. I see some green stuff in there. Anyway, here is my battery terminal that was actually cracked. He replaced that as well, which is awesome. And then we've got, let's see, this is the old coolant temperature sensor here, I do believe, which he also replaced. Then, oh, here is some wire. Oh, that's probably the old ground that he regrounded from the battery, because they did it all kinds of wrong. Anyway, and this is my catch can, Weaponar catch can. It was doing absolutely nothing for me but causing more or less a vacuum leak. So yeah, that's all the stuff that was removed from my car, other than the downpipe. And I also got like the little cover for the top of the steering wheel for the gauge, for the boost gauge that was in there. And I've also got the boost gauge, or the oil pressure gauge box. Other than that, and the downpipe, that's all of it. That's all of it. Now yesterday, when I was leaving from work, I started it and it stalled out. And then I started it again and it idled, which is what I was doing when I first bought it, and it kind of fixed itself. So I'm hoping it does that again. I'm hoping it's not like another problem. I asked Matt Grade A Garage about it, and he said it could be due to the tune, because I mean, you don't know. He's like, you don't know if it was tuned with all those boost leaks and all the problems that it had. It could just, like, you know, not be wanting to be happy because of all that. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and I'm probably going to be making a Facebook page soon to actually upload this video on. I'm going to be putting this video on on Instagram, on IGTV, and probably Facebook. I'm going to try it out. We're going to see how it works. I've already made a TikTok, and let me tell you, TikTok blows me away, because my first TikTok, where I'm basically like vlog style, like, oh, I'm here, these are my cars. That's basically legitimately all the TikTok was. It's already got me like 45 followers on the first one, 190 some likes, and like 500 views, and like 10 comments. Like, it's crazy how much, like, if you guys don't have a TikTok, make one, because like that's the most amount of like attention I've gotten, not like period, but like for it being my first one. Like, that is insane to me. But anyway, hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel as well, and go ahead and like the video if you did. Comment down below if you got any questions about the Evo or whatever you want to comment. Hope you guys have an amazing day. I'll see you next video.